When you're taking kids hunting that might not have a tomorrow, you really learn to appreciate what you're able to give them today.
Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics. Find what matters. CVA, it's just a better gun. Bergara, a passion for precision. Steiner Binoculars. Camo Restore, innovative wash for your outerwear. And by the new DeLorme InReach SE and Explorer. Stay safe, stay in touch, stay in reach.
I had been in British Columbia hunting and filming for the better part of a month. And when we got out of the backcountry, we had a 33-hour drive to get home. Usually we break it into 2 days. But this time, I felt a sense of urgency to get home. So we road warriored it straight through. I think I got home at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Been drinking a lot of coffee, so I was a little bit wired. Couldn't really sleep yet. So I decided to check my email. I hadn't had internet in weeks. So I sat down at the computer, started going through emails, and I found one that caught my attention. It was from a woman named Lisa Logan at Cook Children's Hospital in Texas. I have that email, and I'd like to read it for you. Hi, Steve. I work at Cook Children's Healthcare System in Fort Worth, Texas. I have a delightful 19-year-old patient recently diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. He loves hunting and would love to hunt elk. He's an avid viewer and fan of yours on Outdoor Channel. Is there anything you can do to help fulfill his dream? Please feel free to call or email me. Lisa Logan, Oncology Coordinator, Cook Children's Medical Center.
I'm Lisa Logan. I am the Adolescent Young Adult Oncology Coordinator at Cook Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth, Texas. I first met Josh last summer when he was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer called Ewing sarcoma. When I found out that Josh and his dad were such avid hunters, Dr. Karen Albritton and I started thinking about providing Josh with a hunt or some kind of wish for hunting. Because he's over 18, there are not very many places that grant wishes for kids like him. So I contacted Steve West, and he replied immediately, called me back within a couple of hours of our email, and offered to take Josh hunting in Oregon for elk.
After reading Lisa's email, nothing short of an act of God could have kept me from taking Josh on his first elk hunt. The Ponderosa Ranch is a very special place to me. It's just over 5,000 acres in size, and over the last 16 years, we've watched the local elk herd grow and the quality of the bulls increase as well. The mild rolling terrain around the meadows is prime rutting grounds for the elk during September and early October, and they move up onto the knobs and timbered canyons to bed during the day. And out on the western end of the ranch, we have an open pine canyon, and throughout the ranch, we have executed timber management plans that included thinning of reprod and water enhancement plans. All of this has helped develop the property into pristine elk habitat. We bring all of the kids up here to the lodge where they stay right in the center of the ranch during the duration of their hunt. And during the peak of the rut, we can hear the songs of September from the hills that surround it. Its location is perfect for the beginning to any hunt. Josh arrived at the ranch in early afternoon. And by the time we shot the rifle and got him settled in, I really didn't have enough time to do a well-organized evening hunt. So what I decided to do was drive us down and take a nice, easy walk. This kid's got stage 4 cancer. I need to get a feel for what his physical capabilities are. And down at the Meadows, it's a nice, even walk over easy terrain. So we went in there to a place where I knew that the elk liked to go in the evenings, and we got set up and did a little bit of listening.
I just heard a bugle a few minutes ago up on top. They're gonna start waking up and coming down here where we can get at them. So let's go this way here. Let's get up in there.
That evening was a little slow. We could hear the bulls bugling, and they were yapping it up all around us. And they were coming our direction, but they just weren't gonna get there before it got dark.
Okay. Yeah, there's one down there. You get them all around you. It's just we're surrounded. I throw my hands up. Where were they all at an hour ago when we was down here?
So we backed out of there, got back to the truck, and drove to the lodge. I wanted Josh to be really well rested because I knew that those elk were going to be ripping it up the next morning. Follow Steve's Outdoor Adventures on Facebook and Twitter and keep up with all the action, as well as find out about some great giveaways that we have throughout the year.
Muzzleloaders.com. Biggest selection, best prices, fast shipping.
This segment of Steve's Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by ScopeCoat.com. I personally protect my rifle scope and valuable optics with ScopeCoat. Well, my plan of getting up real early and sneaking in above those elk and setting up an ambush in the dark before they started moving out from the meadows to head for their bedding areas went right out the window when I slept through my alarm clock. By the time we rolled out of the lodge, it was broad daylight. And I was worried that we were gonna bump these elk. So we drove out and parked the truck short and started walking down an old logging road toward the ambush site. And a bull bugled not 50 yards away.
We scout the truck. Get on your sticks. This bull's only about 50 yards from us.
I could tell by the way this bull was bugling and moving that he was herding his cows. I was trying to get an angle on him so that we could get a shot when he crossed this logging road. They were feeding down to our right and coming back to bed in the canyon that was off to our left. And this 2-track logging road was going to be our window for opportunity. I knew that they were going to be there. I saw the cows first, and as soon as they came into view, I told Josh, get down, get set up. And I turned around, I looked back to make sure that our cameraman was with us, and when I looked back, I saw the antlers coming. I immediately went to the call and bugled at this bull.
That happened fast.
One shot on the first morning of Josh's hunt, and he had his first elk.
That's a nice shooting lane, huh? Yeah. Man, you come out perfect, right in front of us, about 100, 110 yards probably. It's perfect.
When the bull hit the opening, it was perfect. The bull came out, he came out broadside, Steve hit the call, slowed him down a little bit, and I don't even remember the recoil of the gun.
Tell them all what it's like to shoot a big bull.
It's pretty awesome. Hunt of a lifetime.
He just came in. Right there. There he is. There he is. 6x6. Get you posted for a lot of photos now. Made that elk famous.
That's what it's all about right here, Peak of the Rut. Me and my buddy Josh Box out here. We were in last night, the bulls were bugling all around us, but it was getting dark fast, so we pulled out. I said, I got a pretty good idea where these bulls are gonna be going in the morning, back over to their bedding area behind us. We got in here just a few minutes later than I would like, but it all worked out. He came out right in front of us with the cows. Got lucky, I was able to stop him, hit the booty call, hit the brakes. I said, hurry up and shoot him because he's not gonna stay there long, and boom, man. It was history. And at that very moment, I knew that this couldn't be the last terminally ill kid that I took on an elk hunt.
When I got the email and the photograph of Josh and his 6x6 bull, I was so excited. Excited is not even the word for it. It was just so awesome to know that Josh and his dad were able to do this together. This was something they had wanted to do for a long time together, and I was just so excited for him and for his family. This was really a hunt of a lifetime for Josh, and I was just happy to be a part of it.
Camo Restore. Innovative wash for your outerwear. Burris Optics and the Veracity line of rifle scopes.
Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife has the Terminally Ill Child Program, and it's a great program that we're really excited about, and provide to qualifying youth that provides special hunting opportunity. We have 35 tags that are available each year for this program, and just a really unique opportunity to give these kids just a once-in-a-lifetime special hunting opportunity. And you know, in my mind, one of the real exciting things about it is the community support and the support from landowners and sportsmen's groups that come together and help guide these kids and provide special access to private lands for these kids, and just been all in all a great opportunity.
After Josh's hunt, I knew that this was something that I needed to do every year. So the next season, I brought out Natalie Hill, a 16-year-old girl from Coos Bay, Oregon, who was in a bad battle with cancer. In fact, she had lost one of her legs to cancer and was walking around the ranch on a prosthetic leg. This girl has guts beyond description. She has more moxie than most men that I've been in the woods with, and she's a whole hell of a lot tougher. The other was a young boy by the name of Hunter Postian. I just happen to know Hunter very well because he lives here locally, and his dad, John Postian, is our Access and Habitat Coordinator for the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. With these two kids, I knew what I was going to be doing the entire month of September.
Steve hosts these hunts on the Ponderosa Ranch, located in the Mount Emily unit of Northeast Oregon's Blue Mountains, in the heart of Oregon's best elk country.
I looked at my trail cameras almost every day, and in late summer, a bull turned up in Big Velvet that caught my attention immediately. And we called him Super 7. And I knew exactly where he was going to be almost every evening. So I picked up the phone and gave Hunter a call. And I'll bet it wasn't 5 minutes later, and he was standing at my front door.
My name's Hunter Postian. I'm 19 years old. I was born and raised in beautiful LaGrande, Oregon. I love it here. I don't want to leave. I was diagnosed with a very rare type of bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma at a year old. They located it just in my left armpit. So I received a year of radiation for that, and in the process they damaged my heart, and they didn't realize how bad they damaged it till about 10 years later when I had to receive a heart transplant when I just turned 10 when I received it, and beat that, came out extremely healthy, continued my life like a normal kid would, and then my sophomore year of high school when I was 16, I was diagnosed with an osteoblastic chondroma, which is another very rare type of bone cancer, so I ended up having a whole rib removed from my left side. So, and even though I have experienced all that, I've loved the outdoors, I've loved to hunt, loved to fish throughout the whole time, no matter what's going on. It hasn't slowed me down. If anything, it's made me work harder and make me want to be better at it.
The next evening, Hunter and his dad and I made our way down into the meadows. These are rutting grounds for these bulls. They push their cows from the bedding areas up on the timbered knobs, down these fingers and into the meadows every evening. Sometimes they come in after dark, sometimes they show up well before dark.
We started the hunt really on ground zero. Steve talked to me about it. He said what the plan was. He said he'd had some good bulls on camera, but I really wasn't prepared for what he was gonna show me. Actually, it was about 2 weeks before we started the hunt, and Steve shows me this video of this absolutely gigantic, wide, heavy, long beam 7x6. And I fell in love with the bull instantly, and then Steve goes on to tell me he had nicknamed it Super 7, which was very fitting for that bull. And he became my one and only obsession, the one bull I wanted. And I told Steve that from the beginning I didn't want to shoot another bull. We had been out, we'd been hearing bulls, they'd been screaming, they'd been going crazy. We'd heard Super 7 bugling and another bull. So we snuck down to the meadow to get set up, and we started calling, and out steps this amazing 6-point. Just perfectly symmetrical, you can't find something wrong on him. So I was really at a crossroads on what I decided to do. And I'm sitting there listening, and I hear my dad and Steve going back and forth. My dad's going, he needs to shoot the bull, and Steve's going, no, he doesn't. And that's going on, and I'm laying there on the ground thinking, I don't know what to do. I passed up on this bull, and he was truly a gorgeous bull. I would have been very, very happy with him, but me being the way I am, I wanted to get that one bull that I had my mind set on.
The hunters are back the next morning, looking for Super 7. And while that morning's hunt was slow, they had no idea what lay in store for them that evening.
Look for the new Steve's Outdoor Adventures app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or tablet so that you can watch videos or book your next big game hunt.
Muzzleloaders.com. Biggest selection, best prices, fast shipping. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics. Find what matters. CVA, it's just a better gun. Bergara, a passion for precision. Steiner Binoculars. Camo Restore, innovative wash for your outerwear. And by the new DeLorme InReach SE and Explorer. Stay safe, stay in touch, stay in reach.
If you'd like to book your own guided big game hunting adventure, give my office a call. I will personally take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime.
The long September day passed, and the crew headed back into the meadows for the evening hunt. Hunter was feeling the pressure because Natalie Hill was arriving the next day to begin her hunt.
The next evening, we approached from the east. I wanted to keep a southwest wind in our face as we moved in on the rutting grounds down on the meadows. As we got closer and closer, I could hear this bull bugling back behind the ponds. I mean, he was just going to town. So I decided that we would just pick our way in there, use what few trees there were as cover, and close the distance and get up on the edge of these meadows. I could see a lot of cows, and then I heard a big bugle. There's only one bull with a harem this size on the ranch, and I knew that we had moved in close on Super 7. I couldn't see him at first. I could just see the cows, and they were moving to our left, so I knew it wasn't going to be long before he made an appearance. This is a moment I'd been waiting all summer for. and I could feel my heart beating out of my chest.
Steve couldn't believe the big bull circled the cows and didn't give them a single good shot opportunity. But he knew he was coming back. Steve was sure that he was just gathering more cows. And a minute later, Super 7 reappeared. And this time, Hunter was ready.
If you want to see the exciting conclusion to Hunter Postian and Natalie Hill's elk hunts, you're going to have to tune in next week as we pursue Super 7 and a host of other bulls as they bugle and rut all across the ranch throughout the month of September. And remember, if you'd like to book a guided big game hunt for yourself, give my office a call. I will personally take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting adventure of a lifetime. Additionally, if you know a young person who's battling a terminal illness who qualifies for the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife special tags, please reach out to us. Myself and several of my colleagues are dedicated to taking these kids on hunts that they will forever remember. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show. But please remember to join us again next week when we bring you another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures.
This elk hunt was filmed in 2011. Josh relapsed in December 2013. While battling cancer, he completed and received an associate's degree in law enforcement. After beating back cancer once again, he married his high school sweetheart, Alicia. They live in Mineral Wells, Texas, where the bull elk hangs on the wall. And while Josh's battle with cancer continues, his positive and never-give-in mindset have never wavered. Hopefully, there will be another elk hunt in Josh's future.